Our YouTubers, this is a 2013 Toyota Tundra 4.6 liter, and we are doing some bypassing for the EGR valve and throttle body bypass. Down below, I'll show you in a second where we did a bypass for the EGR valve. Right now, just walk around. See if we can get a clear picture of it. There it is right there, guys, in red with the steel plate bypass for the EGR. And let's see where you see where it used to go, where those two studs are sticking out. That's where it once went. Now we're gonna go back. We got headers on this truck, little shorty headers, bad to the bone thanks to JBA headers. Alright, let's go back upstairs now. Alright. Now that we're back upstairs, you see how I omitted the EGR exhaust. Now, we took the throttle body off already. We're kind of going in reverse, but you get the picture. What we do, we take the throttle body off. I already had a AFE spacer here to gain access to the lower hoses, and we're doing an EGR valve delete as well as a engine coolant throttle body delete. Before, this engine coolant from here would go to the EGR valve, see there, and then it would loop out of the EGR valve into this port of the throttle body, and then it would come out and tie into here, back into the motor there, right there. So what we did, we reused this hose that used to go from the EGR valve to the throttle body, and we used it from here. I looped it underneath and cut off about a ½ inch on the end. That way we can put it on this side of this hose here, so we got plenty of fan clearance. As you can see there, we're good in the factory, so we're good. Okay, so we're going to put this stuff on, but in reverse. In a later video, we will be deleting these other coolant hoses going to the EGR cooler underneath the intake. So it's this hose here and this hose here. Those two hoses there are the inlet and outlet of the EGR cooler. So when the hot gases come from the exhaust manifold, they go through a cooler to cool it off before it comes up this stainless steel pipe to the EGR valve. From the EGR valve, it had another stainless steel pipe going to this intake manifold. I just put a thick, about a 1/4 inch thick plastic over it. You can put steel, metal, whatever you guys have. So that's pretty much the delete. So we're going to put this all back together and see how it runs. I've already started it with this delete before I mess with the engine coolant bypass for the intake, throttle body intake. Alright guys, well, I'll catch you afterwards. Bye. Oh, this is a AFE, again, throttle body spacer. Just see real quick what I got on the truck. I have the AFE intake box here. Let's see. There's an intake there for it, filter, and I did some modifications to the box. I wrapped it with fire wrap, and I opened it up here as well, so we get a ram air from the very front. I took this shroud off and get a lot of ram air. I put an extra stock filter in there from the truck to help with the rain and a lot of dust and whatnot. And underneath this, I have, you can't really see it too much, but what I have underneath is this heat wrap, and I have actual header wrap underneath there. Then I have this fire blanket wrap above it, and it all clamps down real good. Then after that, of course, this guy goes on, and then the cover that was once above here, I modified it. It's right here. I modified it, and it goes crazy enough, but it goes right here, and that way keeps the coder intake box extremely cold. And off a shroud I had from when I redid my bumpers. Let's see, I'll show y'all a picture of it. I redid my bumper here. Got the you can see the bumper there, the end-fab bumper. So I had an extra shroud that came off of it, and I modified the shroud to tuck right up over here on this side. That way it eliminates all the hot air from coming into the intake from the fan, because the fan, see, like just like that, and it tucks in nice and tight. It goes a little lower, but I should mess with it a little bit, and I'll take a picture once it's all done. This fan blows all the air to this intake, and it sucks in nothing but hot air. Lower temperature air, more dense, more explosive. So, and this has a heat shield paint on it as well for like 2,000 degree heat. But that's about it. I got this Hypertech chip. Hypertech, I believe it's called I don't know, Interceptor, like a piggyback. And I got, like I said, JBA headers, BAM mufflers, straight pipe back, budget dumps, and so yep, that's what I got going on with my 2013 Toyota Tundra 4.6. It hauls ass, guys. I'll end the video, and I'm just gonna put everything back, but just that way y'all see what I got going on. Real quick also, what we plan to do here is, after everything's put back together, I'm gonna leave some of these hoses extended on the throttle body, and we're going to put a Banks methanol water injection system, and we're just gonna have it where this reservoir is at right now. This is gonna get eliminated, and the Banks system is gonna go here, and we're going to I'm gonna modify this as well, relocate this, that way I have a bigger opening. Put the Bank system, not to obstruct the airflow. My ram air modified cooler box, but that way I can fill it with ice, and the water methanol injection system would tag a port right here or at the actual intake tube. But it's going to loop the cold water injection methanol ice code is going to circulate through the throttle body. So when I decide to take it to the track or something, we'll hit the switch. When the injection's going, it's going through the throttle body as well, and then it's going through injectors. So that's an added boost of power. But that's my story, guys. This is my first video, so bear with me. But I'll try to get some more up and going. Alright, let's see, we put this guy back here. Pretty easy reinstall. But happy Thanksgiving, guys.